In this tutorial, we'll demonstrate how to measure a playground using Moasure by working with multiple layers within the same project. When you first arrive at the site for a measurement involving layers, start by identifying a long straight edge. The longer this initial edge, the less human error will impact the overall measurement. We've selected this line, which has a clear and memorable starting point. This line will serve as our reference, ensuring that all subsequent layers are accurately placed. To begin, tap the plus icon and select Closed Shape. Place the device at your starting point. Once the device turns from red to green, walk quickly to your next point. Remember to move quickly, rotate slowly, and place the device gently. For the curved edges of the fence line, instead of using the trace line path, scroll through the path types and tap on the arc path type for a smoother, best fit measurement. You'll need a minimum of 3 points, one at the start, one in the middle, and one at the end of your arc shape. On your third measurement, the app will display the best fit arc. Once that's done, switch back to the straight line path to continue the measurement. We're only interested in capturing the outer fence perimeter, so we won't include this internal fence in our measurement. With Moasure, you can easily walk around obstacles, capturing accessible points before returning to the outer perimeter. After completing the measurement, we'll show you how to ignore these internal points within the Moasure app. Switch back to the arc path type here to capture 3 points for a best fit arc, just as we did earlier. We'll navigate around this internal fence in the same way as before. When you return to your starting point, stop the measurement by tapping the red stop icon. We're happy with this measurement, which shows a 0.2% error rate. Save your project by tapping File, then Save, and saving it to a project folder. Now let's fix the measurement. First, let's select the point which we want to adjust. Tap Edit at the bottom and scroll along to find and tap on Ignore Point. As you can see, this point has now been ignored and the two lines have snapped together to show a continuation of the outer fence perimeter. We do the same for the second point, and again the points are snapped together. We're now going to save this project before we start adding an additional layer to the base layer. To add a new layer, tap the Layers icon in the bottom right corner and select Add Layer. Our app guides us to place the device at the shared origin, the starting point for the first base layer measurement shown in black. Gently place the Moasure device down and wait for the measurement to be captured. Next, we're prompted to capture the second point along the initial edge. While the shared origin must remain the same, the second point can vary slightly. These points serve as reference points for all layers, ensuring accurate alignment. After capturing the second point, the path type will automatically switch to Ignore Line. This path type enables Moasure to track its movement and position without drawing or recording this section of the measurement on the diagram, ensuring accurate positioning of the new layer relative to the base layer. Now, as we begin our second layer, we switch from Ignore Line path type to Straight Line. Remember to always align the reference point with the object you're measuring to ensure the most accurate results. Once you've completed the measurement, tap the red stop icon to save this layer. You can choose to either overwrite the existing file or save it under a new file name. Remember, for each additional layer you add, the app will guide you back to the shared origin point marked in black. You'll need to rewalk the first 2 points before the path type automatically switches to Ignore Line. It will stay in Ignore Line until you reach your next measurement, where you can then select the path type that matches the shape you want to capture. Now that all layers have been measured, let's review the entire measurement. You can view the perimeter and area of the playground as well as those of each individual layer. If the site has any grade or elevation, use the 3D cube icon to visualize it and select points to see their XYZ coordinates. To export the measurement to share with the team in the office or directly with your client for approval, simply select File, then Export, and select a format you would like to export to. And that's how effortlessly you can measure a playground with Moasure, turning a complex task into a straightforward process.